Pump it up, pump it up.
Trae.
Come on, come on.
With Trae.
Pump it up, pump it up.
It's the day with Trae.
This is the day to gain inspiration, to make a positive change in the nation. We're inviting you to partake in conversation, to raise your vibration. It's the day that we will all celebrate all of our peeps that make this thing elevate. Watch the negative fade away, cause it's the day with Trae.
Grand Rising, y'all. Welcome to the Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. I want to welcome you to a fantastic Feel Good Friday, y'all. We are wrapping up this week with some phenomenal guests in the building. Up first, I get the opportunity to speak to Tamica Gant, the owner of Abundance Health. We're going to be talking all about the work that they're doing and an event they have coming up. And later on in the show, I'll be talking to Jeff Gray, another amazing business owner who's going to be telling us all about Lean Methodologies, y'all. I'm really looking forward to learning a little bit more about what both of them do. But before we get into it, this is time for you to lean in to what we're doing here on the Day with Trae and share this show. It's the top of the show, so it's the best time to do it. Just share it with folks who you feel could benefit from the daily dose of dopeness we work to give you here on the Day with Trae. And if you can't watch our TV show, you know we got you covered. In the world of modern day technology, you can also listen to us anywhere you find your favorite podcast. Just search Converge Media Network and the Day with Trae. You'll find me wherever you find your favorite shows there. So let me just say, when I got some folks in the room who are going to be telling me all about businesses I am getting to know, my excitement goes through the roof. So up first, we got Tamica Gant in the building. What's up, Tamica?
Hey, thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming here. You look fantastic.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And so do you.
You know, it's really exciting because you're talking about abundance health here, and you found a need and you filled a void with starting this amazing business. Tell us a little bit about what got you into the world of healthcare.
Absolutely. So I'm a registered nurse, graduated from Seattle University in 2015. I decided to become a nurse from helping take care of my grandmother who was sickly. And that just kind of gave me a passion and an influence to pursue nursing. There was a nurse that was taking care of her, a Black nurse, and she encouraged me to do nursing as well, along with one of my best friends. So from that, those opportunities just created seeds for me to be able to pursue this opportunity.
Wow. Well, it's a lot to be said because nursing is one of those fields where you think there's a lot of nurses, but sometimes it's like there's a shortage. We got a lot of different ways to do nursing too. Travel nursing, and you could be in a clinic, at a hospital. I mean, there's so many different ways. What made you say, I need to start Abundance Health and do this in a different type of way and take this path in terms of starting a business?
Absolutely. So I started my company during the pandemic. So it was August of 2020, and I was working in the healthcare field at one of the local hospitals in Seattle, and I was laid off, unfortunately. I mean, when we think about nurses, there's always a need, right? But during that time, there wasn't. So I said, what can I do for myself to make sure that this doesn't happen again, to make sure that I'm always gonna have just the opportunity to be able to serve my community. So with that being said, I have a couple contracts, one with DSHS, one with the city of Seattle, DCYF, so I help out the foster kids. And I'm just helping out within the community. So I seen the need, and also I started off nursing within the skilled nursing facilities. And I seen a lot of individuals that were just like, I wish that I could have this service in my home. And from seeing that need, I decided to step out on that and really serve the community. So that's exactly what I decided to do. So I do in-home nursing care.
Wow. I'm loving to hear this story. We had someone on earlier in the season talking about this. And to be honest, it was the first time I was like, oh my God, yeah, it makes sense to have this as a business because the need is so vast. Absolutely. Just this last year, my grandmother had a stroke.
Wow.
And it really changed the game for me too, where it was like, okay, well, what do we do? How do we support her? Like, what does that need look like for her? How do we fill that need with some culturally responsive care? Which
Absolutely.
was like very difficult to find.
Mhm.
And, you know, when you're dealing with, you know, different types of insurances, you get locked into like where you can get service.
Absolutely.
Right. And so you're here to really support folks who are looking for that type of solution. Tell us a bit about how your clients experience the service y'all provide.
Absolutely. So there's multiple services that we provide. One of them with the city of Seattle, we do skin observation protocols, and those are skin assessments for individuals that are disabled, elderly, or have high risk of obtaining any kind of bed sores or skin issues. So we provide services with that. I love the populations that I work with because not only are they, some of them, but the BIPOC community, but also they're the ones that are on Medicaid, Medicare, TANF. The list goes on. And I can really relate to those patients because I started off there. So it really makes me understand them on a greater level. And it also is an encouraging factor for me because it lets them know and that they don't have to stay there, that there's possibilities. So that's one with the city of Seattle. Also with DCYF, I provide nursing services for the foster children that are at risk of, you know, illnesses and things of that sort. With DSHS, I have 2 different contracts. One's with private duty nursing. So I supply nursing services for individuals within their home as well that are on trachs, ventilators, the list goes on, chronic healthcare conditions, and registered nurse delegation. So I teach the caregivers how to perform certain delegable nursing tasks. But altogether, I just love to serve, give back to my community, and also treat my patients as I do my family.
Oh my God. Y'all, I am over here getting in tears because I'm so inspired by what you're doing.
Thank you.
I mean, seriously,
Thank
you
you.
could have chosen to do some other form of nursing, but to serve community the way
Yes.
you are. And I think for me too, like my grandmother was going to be having a trach, and then it was like, no, because a lot of places wouldn't take her with the trach. It was
Right.
like, there was I learned so much, you know, through
Absolutely.
that process. And sometimes you're like, I don't know it until I'm like at the need of it, you know, right? I don't know I need it until it's right there in our face. And how families prepare for this
Yeah.
is often a real like challenge because we're all working, we're trying to survive, like all of these things. And so when do you have the time to like really like, let's plan ahead, let's figure out what type of services you might need for those when we're talking about caring for our elders, you know, and anyone in our families that have disabilities or are other abled. Like it's important to figure out how to be able to utilize services like you. So I'm just like listening to you and I'm like, oh my God, it was all the things that we were dealing with, right?
Yeah.
And so I know you're providing that relief for
Absolutely.
families. Tell us how families are receiving that relief, because I can only imagine that there's so many people who are like, thank goodness for you.
Absolutely. So at times, I believe that's one of the hardest challenges for me because I want to serve so many individuals, but I'm limited on the services that I provide. And that's one of the reasons why we're hiring right now other nurses to be able to meet the needs of our community. They're so grateful. I have a lot of patients that, you know, they tell me about the benefits of the services that our company provides and just how it makes a difference. And that's exactly what we're here for. We illuminate the environments of our clients through the health services and nursing services that we provide. And we're just grateful just to be here and to be able to support the community in this need, especially providing nursing services within the comfort of their home to prevent them from having to go to institutes or hospitals and things of that sort.
Yeah, because that's where I think there's a huge disconnect for a lot of families.
For sure.
Right? Like we want to be able to care for our families. And I'm so grateful that my grandmother landed in an amazing home where they really are caring for her and we can see her all the time. But it's just that if you can do it in home, it's like the best because then they're not uprooted from their environment. They're getting to experience the love of family, the growth of family, right? Like
Absolutely.
now I have a grandson. And so my grandmother has a great grandson. It's like, you know, for her to be able to grow and connect with him, that kind of stuff happens in space, right?
Absolutely.
And so it's okay because we can go and visit and, you know, they can make their way there. But I think there's something so special about what you're doing. Now, you also have an event coming up.
Absolutely.
Tell us more about this event.
Absolutely. So this is the BIPOC Health and Wellness event. We are hosting an event on August 31st from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. It is at Eastside Community Center, and that is in Tacoma. off of Portland Avenue, 56th Street and Portland Avenue. It's going to be at the community center. We have a whole lineup of activities, everything for the community. We are having a raffle. So if you register by August 17th of this month, you will receive a chance of entering into the raffle for an iPad, an Apple Watch, a $100 gift card. The list goes on. We have also partnered with some amazing organizations. POCAN, they are going to be coming out doing our HIV and STI testing. We have Virginia Mason that's going to be there, Multicare. The list goes on. We have also partnered with the Gun Responsibility. They have donated 150 gun lock boxes to donate for free. So we are just excited. Subway's going to be there. We're giving out 250 box lunches for free. It's a kids zone. It's going to be a whole shift for King County, Pierce County, and the surrounding counties. So we're just excited to serve, to give back, and really to be able to just show people exactly what we're doing within our community.
Oh my gosh, Tamica, great work. Of course,
Thank you.
I always got to give folks time. I want people to know exactly how they get there to this thing, to this amazing event you have going on at the end of the month, and also how they connect with Abundance Health if their families are in need. Please look right there in this camera close to me. Let them know how they connect.
Absolutely. So you can register for our upcoming event, the BIPOC Health and Wellness Fair, at www.abundancehealthllc.com/BIPOC event. And also, if you would like to also connect with Abundance Health LLC, you can also email us at tgant, TGANT, at abundancehealthllc.com. And we would love to serve you.
Wow. Great work, Tamica. I mean,
Thank
my
you.
heart,
Thank
you have filled me today
Thank
to
you.
know what you're doing and that you care and that you're putting that care forward in our community. It's so necessary. And we need more like you. You're just truly a blessing. And I'm telling you from a family member and someone who's experienced the need for your services. There's nothing like having folks like you in our community.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for what you're doing.
No problem. And also I wanted to add, one of the reasons to our why is we want to be able to provide people with the resources, tools, skills, and abilities that are needed to be able to provide better care for themselves, their loved ones, and just even the community as a whole. With our event, we also have the mayor of Tacoma that's coming out, Victoria Woodards. So she's going to be joining us, and a lot of other special guests. So we would just love to have the community support us on this.
Wow, amazing work. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, I'm here for you. Anytime you want to come back, let me know. You got an event, you got anything you're doing, you need more nurses, let me know, okay?
Absolutely, thank you.
Oh my gosh, I love to be able to connect like that. That's real, y'all. I'm like holding back my emotion because it is so beautiful to see people in our community who are pouring out with their skills and expertise to benefit community members. And after this break, we got Jeff Gray coming up next. We're going to be learning all about his business and how he is making sure people are optimizing their businesses through Lean Methodologies, y'all. I'm going to learn all about it alongside you. You don't want to miss it. Stay tuned. You're watching The Day with Trae.
In your 40s, your body break down.
The comedy of Leslie Jones.
You trying to have sex after 46? Put my leg down! Put my leg down!
The hilarious Leslie Jones.
I got osteoporosis.
Don't miss Leslie Jones.
Thank you so much.
Hey everybody, this is DJ OG1, co-founder of Portland's Hip Hop Week celebration, August 20th through the 26th. An entire week of celebrating the culture. And we have a special event called Hip Hop Wine and Chill, where we'll be celebrating and honoring Seattle's own Converge Media, Beza Gordon, and Amari Salisbury. Portland Hip Hop Week, August 20th through the 26th. For more information, log on to pdxhiphopweek.com.
Big Tobacco thinks they know everything. They think they know you, your community, the places you go, and the way that you spend your time. They think they got you all figured out, down to a formula, a calculation based off of numbers of what they think they know. Show them they're wrong. Learn more at theythinktheyknowyou.org.
Disenrollment is a situation whereby people whose birthright to be indigenous is being stolen from them by politicians that have been elected to lead.
Today, the latest or last chapter of the saga concerns the threatened physical ejectment of as many as 21 Nooksack families from their homes.
I think it come about by hatred for our family. That's what it's all about.
Our bloodline is still here. You know, they can't get rid of us.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. I want to now welcome y'all to something we about to be learning on this. I got to give Jeff a welcome. I'm so excited to learn all about Lean Methodologies. Hi, Jeff.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, this is a pleasure because, you got to tell us about Lean Revisions. That's your company.
Right.
And what got you into this kind of work? Give us a little bit of your background.
So Lean Revisions has been around for about 10 years now. So before that, I was working at like Boeing and helping them optimize how they build their airplanes. And so got laid off, went to another company, got laid off again, decided to start my own company. And so that's how it began. So it's just evolved over time, just helping organizations and helping small businesses, large businesses, multinational companies utilize what's called Lean Methodologies. And it's just all about making things better. Looking at how you operate your business and look for opportunities to be better. Your workforce, your team, the way you put things together, your service, your product, your output, always focusing on customer value. So it's really, really fun. And it's great going into organizations and seeing how they do things and helping them identify areas of opportunities that's been bugging them for years. And so it's a Lean Methods. There's a lot of tools that we teach and share with everybody and try to empower them and transfer knowledge so they can go do it themselves after we roll off. So it's fun. It's fun. It really is.
So essentially, it's almost like consulting, right? Like you come in, you consult, you showcase, like, here are some amazing tools that you can employ. But you give folks a customized approach, right? Like, tell us about something that might be different between a large company versus like a small startup.
So let's take your operation. I was hoping you asked me this. Because driving in, I'm going to make it fit with what you do. So you have your operation here. It's awesome. It's actually coming down here. I didn't know what I was going to get into, but I knew you did production and podcast and TV and all that. And I've been on studios before, but you have a team. You have your editors, you have your photographers, you got your continuity, you've got your stage managers, you've got your audio, you got all of that. And it has to come together. So I was watching your show this morning just to know what I was getting into. And I thought, let me just bring it down to your level where I could share what I would do for you. So I would come in here and watch what you've been doing. I watched the show, seeing how your people are working with you, where your problems are, if you had problems with your equipment, you had problems with getting people here on time, whatever that might be. And I just help you understand your system. And then you and your folks would say, hey, Naomi over here could say, actually, Trae, maybe you need to do this. Maybe we should try this, some other way of doing something. And we take that idea from your worker and maybe try to input that into your operations.
Wow.
And that's all about empowering your people and making it easier for you. All you have to do is sit in the chair and test your mic.
See, that's beautiful. And I think, we earlier this week, we've been talking to amazing folks who are going to be a part of the Black Business Leadership Conference. I know you'll be there speaking. We're going to talk about that soon.
Okay.
But, just the idea is that folks like yourself who come from, major businesses, corporations, you're making them better.
Right.
And now you're like, no, let's bring it into community. Let's help make sure everyone gets that same level of optimization for their business.
Exactly.
That is beautiful to me.
Yes.
And I love that here in the Pacific Northwest, we have such a great concentrated effort where we can see all of these phenomenal folks at something like the Black Business Leadership Conference, right? So tell us about your connection there and what you're going to be speaking about.
So my connection there is about 2 years ago. I'm not really sure how I found them on the web or somewhere, but I've been traveling all over the planet, been doing all kinds of these big things. And now I'm getting a little older.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. It's time to stay home a little more often. And how can I get back to the community? And so my son, he's been doing this with me for a long time. He goes into junior high schools and teaches the young folks on just what this method is and thinking about systems and processes and quality and taking your ideas and making them grow into fruition. And so he's been doing that part, so it gives me a little more time to start speaking and start doing things like this to share the word of lean and how it can help you in any kind of business. And so I'll be speaking about how you need to look at risk in your business, the legal aspects of it, and then how this methodology can help you mitigate those risks throughout your business. So I got 40 minutes to tell them the concept, to try to get them to understand that it's easy to do. It's not, rocket science. It's really some basic things that you just need to look at. And by having a consultant like me come in there, my team, we can see how you're doing things. I can just sit here for a whole day and watch you put together this show and tell you those areas of opportunities that, I think might be helpful for you. Mm-hmm. You can take them or not. Your people can take them or not. But that's the kind of mindset that we try to instill in people in any business. Wow. Yeah.
Well, there's a lot to be said about that too. And I appreciate you sharing it in that way. I mean, tell us about the success rate of these methodologies.
I've had 100%.
Wow.
No one fails when they bring me in, no one. I make sure that I transfer knowledge. I teach them what they need. Every industry has different processes, procedures, systems, people, challenges. And once we see what they are, I can help you implement the right methods and tools for success. I've worked with theaters, help people generate 30% more revenue in a concession stand in a theater. 30% more revenue for a nonprofit theater. I've helped, Adidas supply chain over in Asia and Hong Kong and China and all that, help them with their global supply chain so people can get their apparel on time for Christmas presents. Microsoft, Amazon, all kinds of different industries, hospitals. It's just looking at the system and looking at what's happening and then using the right methods. I've been doing this for a long time. I started building airplanes at Boeing. So taking 3 million parts together and putting them on a 747 and making sure it's safe and flies and fuel efficient and all that, that's what this methodology will do. So no matter what you're doing, a doctor, I've been in hospitals, I've been all over the place. Finance, higher education, technology, you name it.
Look, okay, Jeff, we're going to be talking because I got questions.
Yeah.
Right. But I really love that you are now saying, let me take all of this expertise and bring it into the community.
Yeah.
And there is a different need because I see that this is exactly, I was just talking about this. It's a difference between having a business for one generation or multiple generations, right? To be able to optimize their output, their product, their line, whatever it is.
Right.
The fact that they can, there's some simple things that they can really be doing and staying consistent with them to see those results over time.
Right.
So thank you for being able to say, let me bring all this into community, because it's necessary. And that's the kind of stuff that folks are going to be getting when they come to the Black Business Leadership Conference. Jeff, of course, if folks are trying to connect with Lean Revisions and connect with you specifically, please look right here in this camera closest to me. Let them know how they tap in.
You can contact me at leanrevisions.com. You can also email contact@leanrevisions.com. And we also, if you go to our website, there's a lot of templates and a lot of resources. You can go to our website and look for the White Belt Training. It's 10 videos that we've put together. They're about 5 minutes each, and it walks you through this methodology at a high level. And then we have you go online and take the knowledge check. And I get the results, so I know who you are and if you're paying attention. And if you need to reach out, always reach out to us too. So leanrevisions.com. I also just started a podcast called The Lean Lounge. So I'm taking notes. That's why I'm videotaping your setup. I got some questions for you too, but that's why I want to share the knowledge, have people come in, just like here, that's what you're doing, and just share this and give back, because it's not that hard. Big businesses have been doing this for many, many years, since the 50s. And now smaller businesses need to look at how they operate. And so go to the website, do the White Belt. Take an hour of your time and just kind of see what this stuff is and how it'll help you. And then give us a call and watch the podcast too, Spotify and all that too.
There we go. Jeff,
thank you.
Great. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thanks for your work.
Thank you.
Wow. Y'all, come on. This week, I'm just floored. I'm so floored. I'm going to be wrapping up all of my inspiring thoughts from all of my guests this week. And of course, my guest today, right after this short break. Stay tuned. You're watching The Day with Trae.
You on my mind a lot. Don't need no time watch. I don't know how I got you in my pocket spot. Yeah, that's babe. Need you every day. You seem like the barging them. Got my heart no barging in. From the bed to the floor to the couch. Might wake the neighbors up. Break you in, then break you out. In the end, we gon' make a child. Then we gon' hit the show. Part 2, we don't need no pause. We miss you, we gon' get tipsy. Don't need a power shot.
Copy my steel. Face the fact that. Copy my steel. Face the fact that.
Hello, welcome to Elite Insights with Carlos Humani. We're looking to offer an in-depth look at event production industry through the lens of client experiences and joint successes. The podcast will emphasize guest interviews, focusing on client, discussing their fields, and reflecting on their collaboration with Elite Collective. Again, you're with Elite Insights. Carlos Humani here. See you guys in a few.
Africatown Plaza is our latest affordable housing development project. It's 126 units of affordable housing over community commercial space.
It's the first time in my career, and I've been doing this for 10 years, that I was able to design for people who look like me.
Africatown Plaza is a beacon of hope.
Africatown Plaza is a love letter to the community.
Welcome back, everyone, to The Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. I got to give a huge shout out to my guests today, y'all, Tamica Gant and Jeff Gray. I mean, these are two individuals who said, I was doing something at a major institution that I'm now bringing to community. The ideas of the boundless amounts of inspiration that I have gained from them today, it is really hard for me to express, because I'm always saying, and this week particularly, as we elevated Black Business Leadership Conference and phenomenal folks that'll be there, it's clear you need to get your tickets, right? Even just to get connected to some of these amazing folks who have started businesses to bring their amazing skill sets and expertise, the unique nature of their expertise into the community is key. But also, this is what gets me inspired. The fact that we have folks just like them who are here. They're in our backyard, y'all. They're right here providing amazing services, products, to community. We heard a lot about services this week, right? So huge shout out to all of my guests this week because, again, we have several different examples of folks who were doing it at major corporations, big businesses, and decided like, look, I need to be able to take all that I know and bring it into my community so I can service the community. Now, for me, that is beyond inspiring because it takes me back to the time when we were having to build our own cities, our own towns, and there is Black-led towns all over the nation that were popping up with folks that were pouring in to their local community. And so it's so reminiscent of that for me. And I'm very drawn to that time for sure, because there's something to be said about the resilience of folks that said, look, we were shunned out everywhere else. We just decided to bring our brilliance and centralize it. Now we got a town that we have a supermarket. We got our own doctor's offices. We got our own educational houses. We built from the ground up. And when I hear so many of the folks say, look, I got all of this experience somewhere else, I'm bringing it now to my community, it reminds me of the big lesson I'm always telling my children. No matter what it is you go and learn and do, find a way to bring it back into community. Find a way to pay it forward. And even if you don't return to this location specifically, utilize your skills and your talents to build up the next generation of folks who are going to eventually take your place. That is important, and it's so great to see so many in our community doing it. So huge shout out to Tamica and Jeff. You all definitely want to connect with Abundance Health and Lean Revisions. If you're out there and you're trying to figure out how to optimize your business, please tap in with Jeff. If you are someone who's like, man, I need these health services in my home for my elderly loved one, please tap in with Abundance Health. These are opportunities for you to connect. And again, circulate your dollars locally. As I've been saying to you this whole week, be inspired to be a part of the solution, as all of my guests this week have shown you they are. There's plenty of examples, and I hope that the Day with Trae is providing a space for you to be inspired, engaged, and informed. Thanks so much for watching this week, and y'all know I'll be back on Monday. Until then, at 11 a.m., peace. Converge Media produces culturally relevant content for Black and urban audiences. Our coverage is raw, transparent, and objective, praised by community leaders, government officials, and residents. Support Converge Media today via Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal at Converge Media.